I believe the consensus, well, maybe there's not a consensus, but from what I've seen, the consensus is when it comes to live action, Marvel has the upper hand. But when it comes to animation, DC has the upper hand. Now, that doesn't mean DC hasn't done good live action movies. And that also doesn't mean Marvel hasn't done great cartoons. Obviously, you have the Batman trilogy, the original Batman movie, and other, DC movies that were good. And for Marvel, you have X-Men, the animated series, which has always been one of the best animated series, and some Avengers animation they've done, and some other things. They've done good, but DC has that space. So I saw this article right here, and I was instantly interested. Now, from what I understand, there was also another Batman Ninja anime done that I haven't watched. So I'm definitely going to have to go back and look that up because this is something that I definitely would be interested in reading. So Batman Ninja versus Yakuza League streams July 3rd on Max. Batman returns to anime this summer in Batman Ninja versus Yakuza League streaming exclusively on Max Thursday, July 3rd. Following, Lord willing, I'm going to watch that one. Back to feudal Japan. Following the 2018 anime Batman Ninja, a new film drops the Cape Crusader back into feudal-era Japan. This time, Batman confronts a dangerous new enemy, the Yakuza League, made up of corrupted versions of his former allies. The setting is brutal and lawless, with warring Yakuza clans tearing through a society that lost all sense of honor. Here's one question I have. Why hasn't DC gone full force releasing big screen cartoons, like a Batman cartoon on the big screen? I think, especially done right, which I have no reason to believe they wouldn't do it right, that would make so much money. So many people would be interested in that. And it would feel like something parents would be comfortable taking their kids to. Obviously, if it's not brutal, because DC can get brutal sometimes, which I understand it's the nature of the comic books. Familiar team, fresh fight. The core creative team for Batman Ninja is back. Junpei Mezusaki and Shinji Takagi direct, with Kazuki Nashima writing. Takashi Okazaki on character design, and Yugo Kano composing the core. Kōichi Yamadera returns to voice Batman. The film was first teased at Anime Expo 2024 and is a Warner Bros. Japan production in collaboration with Kamikaze Doga. Now, obviously, I didn't hear about this because I'm not into anime that much, so I would have never paid attention to Anime Expo, which I'm trying to expose myself to a little more anime. Some of the stories are just not my style. Some of them are really good. It's not that the stories aren't good. It's kind of like, I kind of see this like some people read predominantly Marvel, which that would be me. I've always been more of a Marvel guy than a DC guy. Marvel just appealed to me more. And some people are more DC and some people are both. And I know people who are like that. I know people who read Marvel, DC, IDW, Dark Horse. They watch anime, cartoons, movies, books. They're into everything. There's some things that just don't grab me. I kind of have stayed away from over the years. But anime has kind of gained my interest a little more. I mean, they put out a lot of stuff. Cast include major DC characters. The voice cast features Kōichi Yamadera's Batman, Yūki Kaji as Robin, Kengo Kawanishi as Red Robin, Daisuke Ono as Nightwing, Akira Ishida as Red Hood, Ayane Sakura as Green Lantern, Akio Ōtsuka as Aquaman, Nobuyuki Hiyama as The Flash, Romi Park as Wonder Woman, Rai Kogimaya as Harley Quinn, Wataru Takagi as the Joker, Hōchū Ōtsuka as Alfred, Masaki Terasoma as Gordon, and Kazuhiro Yamaji as Raz Al Ghul. There is no doubt in my mind that this is probably going to be excellent. There was something else that I saw. Let me see. I think it was on, was it on Marvel.com? Let me see. I think it was on Marvel.com. It was some news about a Black Panther cartoon. Yeah, here it goes. I'll go back and read this. Yeah, Marvel Animation debuts Eyes of Wakanda at a Nessie. I'm really not familiar with what that is. I guess that's some kind of animated conference, if I had to guess. Director Todd Harris premiered the first episode of the upcoming Marvel animation series at the Annecy International Animation Film Festival. So I guess that's what that is. Marvel Animation premiered the first episode of Eyes of Wakanda at Annecy International Animation Film Festival on Monday, unveiling the first look at the highly anticipated new series. Debuting in August on Disney Plus, director and executive producer Todd Harris was on hand to introduce the episode, followed by a Q&A with Variety's Peter DeBruge. Wakanda is a 3,000-year-old society, Harris told the audience. They have very succinct, self-sufficient, or very succinct self-identity, and they are preserving that. We get the chance to see the persistence and characters of Wakanda. The premise of the show is what's the kind of culture that builds the Black Panther. You see this even in their generals. There's sergeants. I guess that was supposed to say sergeants. I guess that was supposed to say sergeant, and citizens. A globe-trotting adventure, Eyes of Wakanda chronicles the stories of brave Wakandan warriors throughout history. The 4-episode series follows a group of heroes, the Hatut Zaraze, as they carry out dangerous missions to retrieve vibranium artifacts from the enemies of Wakanda. The series features the voice of Winnie Harlow, Cress Williams, Patricia Belcher, Larry Harron, Adam Gold, Lynn Whitfield, Jacquees Coleman, Jonah Joe, I guess that's how you pronounce that, Isaac Robinson Smith, Gary Anthony Williams, Zeke Alton, Steve Toussaint, and Anika Nani Rose. This might be interesting. This might be very interesting. I don't know. When I saw this article, I was reading something else, and I happened to be on Marvel's website. So I was like, that's interesting. And like I said, it seems like the animated series and all of these different companies do very well. It appears like there's things they can do in the animated series. Obviously, that's a lot harder to carry out in a movie, which again begs the question, why don't Marvel and DC put out more full feature, released in a theater, big screen cartoons? I think that would do well personally.